What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing possibly the craziest team submission I've ever received from PV Patrick, who's running 3 100% IV level 50 Shadow Pokemon in the Open Great League with Vulpix, Aron and Nidorina. Now this team is absolutely awful, and even if you coincidentally happen to have all 3 of these Pokemon in their Shadow forms as Hundos, do not run this team. A single Swampert or a Jellicent or many other water or ground type Pokemon can very easily run through the entire team, but you don't get to choose which Shadow Hundos you catch, so if you want to flex a team like this, you've got to work with what you've got. Now these battles are from earlier this season, with a lot of the battles against lesser experienced opponents, which I typically wouldn't choose to showcase at this stage of the season, but I had a conversation with this trainer. They offered to run the team again, but they're in the 2500s, and thinking back to my experience with the triple teddy bear team, it would be elo suicide, so we're just going to go with the submission that I've already got. What I have done is stuck them in reverse order, so the first few battles will be against more meta picks, but as we go on, the opponents will start to run the most random picks you can think of, and whilst it might not be too educational, it will be very entertaining. So with that being said, let's just get into the question of the day. What would be your dream 100% IV Shadow Pokemon to have for the Open Great League? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so go into the first battle. We're going to see Shadow Vulpix into Talonflame. Not an ideal matchup for us, especially since we're not even running Body Slam or Weather Ball actually, which is quite interesting. I believe this trainer said they didn't have any charge CMs at the time, so unfortunately just had to go with this. But we're going to go for a Flamethrower here. This is resisted damage. It's not going to do much damage here, but we grab a shield from the opponent. The opponent then swaps into their Trevenant, so we're going to go for a Poison Fang straight away. Poison Fang is going to be neutral damage up against the Grass and Ghost typing. The opponent lets the first one go through. We're going to no shield here as the opponent is going to go for a Seed Bomb bait. Really good call there. We can now overfarm, go for a Poison Fang number 2. This will be enough damage with the debuff to take out the Trevenant, and let's see what the opponent wants to do. Are they going to come back in with the Talonflame? They are, and we're going to go for another Poison Fang here. This would be amazing if we can grab the final shield, and we do grab the shield here. At this point, we can just let Nidorina go down. Hopefully, Aron can sweep in the end game. So let's see. We're going to come in with the Aron, and honestly, we can probably double shield here and commit to a full tackle farm down. It's going to take an absolute age to make it to the Rock Tomb, but no, we're going to go for that Iron Head straight away. Iron Head, even resisted, will be enough damage to take out the Talonflame, and the opponent has a Whimsicott in the back, so that is looking ideal for us. They do just barely outpace us to the charge move, but we can safely shield up the Seed Bomb, go straight for the Iron Head, and this will be enough damage from this range to take out the Whimsicott, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next battle, we see Leafeon in the lead, so pretty good matchup for us here, and the opponent's going to safe swap into Azumarill. We've got a very good response in the form of Nidorina, and the opponent is going to fire off a charge move here before we get to a charge move, and the opponent goes for a Play Rough. I'm not sure if that means they're running Hydro Pump and they were baiting, but we do let the first move go through. Doesn't do too much damage there as it is resisted. We also grab a shield with the Poison Fang. We can go for Poison Fang number 2, and we should be able to make it to a third Poison Fang before the opponent makes it to a charge move, and this Poison Fang is going to grab the final shield from the opponent there. At this point, we're definitely going to use our shield. We will be able to fully Poison Fang, farm them down. They were actually running Ice Beam, so just a mistake from the opponent's end, but that's fine with us. We're going to see the opponent come back in with a Leafeon. We can go straight for a Poison Fang. This is going to do a lot of damage. Wow, that actually does a lot more damage than I thought it was going to do. We can now come in with the Vulpix, go for the Ember farm down. The opponent has a Lantern in the back, and this is actually really scary for us. Lantern is a Pokemon that should be able to beat the entire team, really. Nidorina might do okay, but not an amazing matchup, and certainly Vulpix and Aron are going to struggle, but we stay in, we land the Flamethrower. Honestly, did not do much damage. We can now come in with the Shadow Aron, gonna have to shield the Surf here, and if we do land a Rock Tomb, it will debuff their attack, but hopefully with the tackle damage, it will put them into range where one Rock Tomb will be enough damage to KO, but let's see, Rock Tomb is enough damage to take out the Lantern there, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next battle, we see Jumpluff in the lead, so pretty good lead matchup for us once again, and we are going to see that these Embers are actually chunking a fair bit. We can let the first move go through, the opponent goes for an Energy Ball, and once again, not sure if they're trying to go for a bait there, or if they just don't know their typings. I genuinely have no idea, but we're going to go and chip with a Flamethrower, which seems like an odd choice, but we are fairly weak to the water typing with this team, so we kind of just want as much damage as possible, so we're going to let the move go through here. Quite risky since we've got 2 Pokemon that are weak to water in the back, and then we don't throw straight away either. I guess Poison Fang probably doesn't quite take them out from this range, so we're going to overfarm. Now this should be enough damage to take them out, and Poison Fang will grab the final shield, and we do make it to another Poison Fang in time. This will be taking out the cast form, and the opponent comes in with a Skuntank. We're going to swap out straight away. No point letting them farm us down with the poison jab damage. We can let a crunch go through, but we will shield up the crunch instead. They get the defense drop. We've just got to make sure the opponent doesn't make a catch there, and it doesn't look like they do. Iron Head doesn't quite take them out, but we get the tackle farm down. And can we make it to a Rock Tomb before the opponent makes it to a charge move? We have been debuffed in our defense. Does an energy ball take us out? It barely doesn't take us out, and we can make it to a Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb gonna hit for super effective damage, easily takes out the jump bluff, and we're able to take that game. Into the next game, we see Galarian Stunfisk in the lead, so not an ideal lead matchup for us, but probably better to see it here than up against the Aron, so I guess we'll take it, and we are going to overfarm here. Gonna throw on the CMP tie, but we are only 1010 CP, so we end up having a lower attack stat than a Galarian Stunfisk, meaning we lose the CMP tie. We have to double shield in this matchup. We do at least grab one shield back from the opponent, and then they swap into a hidden power Togetic. That is quite an interesting choice there, and we are just going to come in with the Nidorina, and I think if we can get ahead on energy, we might be able to make it to a dig up against the Galarian Stunfisk. But Poison Fang coming through, grabbing a shield, we make it to Poison Fang number 2, and this will be enough damage with the debuff to easily take out the Togetic. Wow, I can talk. And we are also able to make it, we barely don't make it to the dig in time. The opponent wins CMP with a Mud Bomb, taking us out. We need to go for the Flamethrower straight away into this Toxicroak. Flamethrower is going to do big damage. We're then going to swap Snipe with the Aron. That is crazy. And now the opponent has to go for an Earthquake here. I believe we should be able to live a Rock Slide from this range, and we do barely live it. We make it to an Iron Head. Iron Head is also resisted damage, but it puts them into tackle farm down range, and Aron just took out a Galarian Stunfisk. That is absolutely insane. Now going into the next battle, we see Clodsire in the lead, and we're just going to instantly surrender. Yeah, nothing we can do there, unfortunately. But into the next game, we're going to see a Dragon Tail Haxorus, also fairly under-leveled Haxorus. We're going to swap here. Hopefully we haven't caught a Surf. No, it is just a Breaking Swipe. That is good news. And the opponent going to go for a second Breaking Swipe straight away. We're just going to continue to no-shield the Aron here. Breaking Swipe does get the attack debuff that time around, which is unfortunate, because now Rock Tomb, I don't think will quite take out the Delphox, and it barely doesn't take them out, and they do get the Fire Spin farm down, but I don't think it matters too much. We can come in, get the Poison Sting farm down, and the opponent has a Metal Claw Metang in the back, so some very interesting picks from the opponent. And by the way, the craziness of the picks from the opponents only gets even more insane as we go on. So if you do find these types of battles enjoyable, then make sure you stick around. If you don't, if you would prefer to see us go up against more meta teams, then I do apologize, there aren't too many more meta teams left in this video, so you can probably just click off it right now. But here, gonna come back in with the Vulpix, go for the Ember farm down, and the opponent comes back in with their Haxorus. We do make it to a Flame Charge. Flame Charge, gonna boost our attack, and we can just Ember farm down the Metang and take that game. Into the next game, we see Meganium in the lead, but they're running Razor Leaf as the fast move, and that should allow us to barely outpace them to a Flame Charge, and Flame Charge probably does take them out from this range, so we grab a shield from the opponent, we boost our attack, and we actually take them out before the opponent even throws a charge move there. I think they were trying to go for the Razor Leaf farm down, but it didn't work, and now they come in with a Vanillux, which is a Pokemon I have never seen in battle, but we're going to go for an Iron Head straight away. Iron Head will be enough damage to take them out. Vanillux is just going to let that go through, and they come in with, oh my gosh, I thought it was going to be a Toxicroak there, and I thought we were done for, but they come in with a Sneasel, a Sneasel. They go for the close combat. That easily one-shots an Aron, but at this point we can just go straight for the Poison Fangs. We're actually going to no-shield again. Close combat is resisted damage, and now we can certainly take them out with just a Poison Fang, as they are quad stage debuffed in their defense. But just to make sure, we're going to go for a Dig. We're going to fully undercharge it as well, and Dig takes out the Sneasel, and we're able to take that game. Into the next game, we see Swanna in the lead, and we are going to swap out straight away into our Aron. This is also not ideal for us. We're going to try and commit to the Rock Tomb, but we don't quite get there in time. It's going to be an Ice Beam coming through, but unfortunately the one Water Gun takes us out before we can get off a charge move. it's really not looking too good for us. We're going to go for a Poison Fang. Poison Fang is going to grab a shield from the opponent, and we should be able to make it to another Poison Fang before the opponent throws their energy, which is huge for us. Poison Fang going to grab the final shield, and at this point they are double debuffed. We should just be able to fully Poison Sting, farm them down. It takes them quite a while to get to that Ice Beam, so let's see what the opponent wants to do. They're going to come in with a Conkeldurr. We're going to go for the back-to-back Poison Fangs. The first one is going to get them fairly low, and we're actually going to bank the energy there. Swap into our Vulpix, which is a strange decision. But let's see, can we get the full Ember farm down? We're able to get the farm down before they make it to a charge move, and the opponent has an Oink alone in the back, but they are running, I believe that's takedown as a fast move and not tackle. Yep, that's definitely takedown. That's definitely not the move you want to run, but we will take it here because now we can just go straight for a dig, and dig will be enough damage to take out the Oink alone, and we're able to take that game. But you can see we are facing a lot of opponents that are running under-leveled Pokemon, and speaking of takedown, we're now seeing takedown Barrel. What on earth is going on here? We're just going to fully sacrifice the Vulpix as a Surf easily one-shots us. Like I said before, we are double weak to water, so going to be very difficult to play out matches up against a water type, especially in the lead. But here we go for a Poison Fang. We can shield this up, and we should just be able to Poison Sting, farm them down from this range. So let's see, can we get the full farm down? Yes, we can. And we're going to come out with a ton of loaded energy. Now the opponent comes in with another Swanna. This time I think it's purified as well. We're going to go for the Poison Fang, grabbing a shield, going for a second Poison Fang. This is going to do more damage than the first one would have done. And we can make it to a third Poison Fang before the opponent can make it to a charge move. And we're just going to fully take out the Swanna as they come in with a Fire Fang Hisuian Arcanine. Very cool pick. We're going to go for the dig straight away. This would easily one-shot them as it's double super effective damage. But now we're going to swap into our Aron, shield the first charge move, and the opponent full sends a Wild Charge, debuffing their defense. Now we don't even have to go for a Rock Tomb. A neutral Iron Head will easily be enough damage to take out the Arcanine, and we're able to take that game. Into next game, we're going to see Vulpix into a Houndoom. The opponent is running Fire Fang on the Houndoom, so they're actually doing a decent amount of fast move pressure with the Fire Fang, but we can outpace them to the Flamethrower. We're going to grab a shield, and the opponent's going to throw their energy straight away, so fine with us. We'll let the Flamethrower go through, take us out, but now we can come in with our Nidorina. We will be able to overfarm considerably in this matchup, go for a Poison Fang, and from this range, it should be enough damage to take out the Houndoom, and it does exactly that. Now they come in with a Lycan Rock, so they might be running like a triple dog theme team or something. Certainly looks like that. Wow, I can talk. Looks that way so far. We're going to have to shield this up. It could be a Draw Run, might be a Trailblaze as well. It is the Trailblaze, and we are going to go for an Iron Head pretty much straight away. Just get rid of the Lycan Rock as soon as possible, and let's see what the final Pokemon is. It's going to be a Confusion Gardevoir, so this is a very good matchup for the Shadow Aron, and once again, you can see that is a severely underleveled Gardevoir as well, but we don't care. Iron Head takes out the Gardevoir, and we're able to take that game. Into next game, we see a Banette in the lead, so very spicy pick from the opponent. We are going to get outpaced to the Shadow Ball, so we're going to have to use a shield here, but we will be able to grab a shield instantly in return by going for the Flame Charge, or if the opponent wants to let this go through, it will just take out the Banette, and they come in with a Machamp. So that's actually really good that we have switch advantage here, because Machamp would absolutely delete Aron before it can even blink, and now they go for a cross shot. We can easily let that go through. They come in with Sand Slash, and this is quite scary for us, because Sand Slash could of course be running Draw Run. We're going to go for a dig, grab a shield, we swap there, and is this going to be the Draw Run? We're going to no shield. It's just an Ice Punch bait, which is huge for us, and the opponent is going to go for another charge move here. We're actually just going to let this go through. Is this even enough for a Draw Run? I'm not so sure. I think the opponent might be running a single moved Alolan Sand Slash here, in which case this is actually a pretty good matchup for us. We can go for the Iron Head. We can actually just let this move go through as well. Ice Punch, still not quite enough damage to take us out. They actually get the Powder Snow farm down, but that puts them into perfect range where we can Poison Sting farm them down, and we will definitely be able to make it to back-to-back Poison Fangs up against the Machamp. They go for Cross Chop. It is resisted damage, but we can make it to the back-to-back moves. Gonna fire off the first Poison Fang, grabbing the shield, and we make it to a second Poison Fang in time, and this will be enough damage to easily take out the Machamp, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next battle, we're going to see Shadow Vulpix into a shiny Arbok. Now the opponent is running Acid as the fast move, and that is definitely not the play. Acid is a really rubbish fast move. Arbok does also learn Dragon Tail, which is a pretty good fast move, and the opponent doesn't even make it to a charge move. I don't know if maybe they're running like Gunk Shot or something, but yeah, definitely not the right moves on their Arbok. But we're going to come in with the Aron. We can very easily tank the Acid Sprays and the Poison Jab damage. Really doesn't make that much of a difference. We're now going to go for an Iron Head. An Iron Head should be grabbing a shield from the opponent. It does grab the first shield from the opponent. We've seen Acid Spray already. We might just let the next one go through, and it is just another Acid Spray. So potentially single moved opponent there as well. And at this point, we are finally going to use our shield here, but it is just another Acid Spray, so didn't really need to use that shield. And we're going to see a Bite Sharpedo. Oh my god, with the Acid Sprays, those bites are doing huge damage. We grab the final shield here, and now we should be looking fine. All we have to do is make it to a charge move. We can just go for a Poison Fang actually. Don't even need to go for a dig, because Poison Fang is enough damage to take out the Sharpedo, and we're able to take that game. Going into the next battle, we're going to see Vulpix into Uxie, which is a very interesting pick from the opponent. Uxie is actually quite bulky. It just lacks any good charge moves, or at least charge moves that are a bit cheaper. It's got Confusion, which is a bit clunky, but when it's paired with a faster or a lower energy charge move, Confusion can be pretty good. I think it's going to be running like Future Sight and Thunder. And we are going to see it is a Thunder coming through. That actually does quite a lot of damage to the Aron. They make it to a second charge move, which is certainly not ideal for us. Thunder going to be grabbing our shield. We're going to try and go for the tackle farm down. No, we're just going to settle for the Iron Head, get rid of the Uxie straight away. And let's see, the opponent's going to come in with a 986 CP best buddied Oshawott. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Grabbing a screenshot. Yep, I don't even believe this either. But we're now going to come in with the Nidorina, go for the Poison Fang straight away. Poison Fang is going to take out the Oshawott, and the opponent has Excelgor in the back. So what on earth is this team? This is actually one of the craziest teams I've ever seen. We're going to go for a Poison Fang there, and unfortunately for the opponent, they are going to be slightly slower to get to the charge moves. They go for Acid Spray, which is not ideal, but potentially they're going to be running like Focus Blast or Signal Beam as the other charge moves, so it's still going to take them quite a while to get to the move, and the opponent realizing they're not going to get there, so they just let the move go through. Now going into the next battle, we see Umbreon in the lead, so slightly more meta pick compared to what we've been seeing recently, but we are going to let the first move go through. One of the only scenarios where Vulpix will be able to quite easily tank a charge move, and once again, unfortunately not running either Body Slam or Weather Ball, so not very fast to get to the charge moves. We're just going to let the Vulpix go down here. The opponent probably could have just farmed us down, but they obviously don't know we're not running Body Slam or Weather Ball. We're now going to come in with the Aron, potentially go for a full tackle farm down here. We might have to shield the next charge move coming from the Umbreon, but no, we're actually just going to fire off the Iron Head straight away, make sure we don't have to use a shield, and the opponent's going to come in with a Shadow Muck, which is really good for us. We are triple resisting the Poison Jab damage. The opponent's going to go for another Acid Spray, so once again we can just let that move go through. We're going to fire off an Iron Head just before they make it to the next charge move, and Iron Head grabs the shield from the opponent. At this point, we should still be able to live an Acid Spray here. We're now going to swap into our Nidorina, and we have put them into range where a Poison Fang will basically KO from this range. So we can just go straight for the Poison Fang, grab the final shield from the opponent. It's probably going to be another Acid Spray, but at some point, we probably have to start using our shields. So we use the shield. We're going to go for the Poison Sting, farm down, and what do they have in the back? They've got a Wigglytuff, and this should be a very easy game for the Nidorina. We go for the Poison Fang, dealing big damage. A second Poison Fang will be enough damage to easily take them out, and we're able to take out the Wigglytuff and take that game. Into the next game, we see Mightyena in the lead, and they are running Ice Fang, which is ideal for us since we do resist it because we are a fire type. We're going to go straight for the Flame Charge here. Mightyena, not very bulky, so they're going to shield that up here. Go for their own charge move, but we can potentially just fully Ember Farm them down. They go for a Play Rough. Oh my gosh, that was very unnecessary. And now they come in with a Abomasnow. Are you kidding me? Why are you coming in with a Abomasnow up against a boosted fire type? We are dealing huge damage with the Embers, and we can now just come in with the Nidorina. They had a Bombardier in the back, so I have no clue why they came in with a Abomasnow. This has got to be like rank 1, because otherwise, what on earth are you doing, opponent? We can just safely come in here. We probably should shield because it could be a payback, but no, it's just an Aerial Ace. We're going to let it go through, and now we can just go for the Iron Head. Unfortunately losing CMP, but it doesn't really matter. We can safely shield up the Energy Ball, go for the Iron Head, and Iron Head will be enough damage to take out the Abomasnow, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next battle, another Galarian Stunfisk in the lead, so they're going to fire off a charge move immediately. I think this is just going to be a Muddy Water. It is a Muddy Water. And also shout out to Rise to the occasion, because I believe one of his videos he mentioned that are you really playing in the early ranks unless you see a Muddy Water Galarian Stunfisk, and that's certainly the case here. This is definitely a rank 1 battle, and of course we're going to see that Muddy Water Stunfisk. Now we come in with the Shadow Aron. We are going to be triple resisting the poison jabs once again. They could run Aqua Tail, but they're going to go for an Ice Beam here, which is an interesting play. I think of all the charge moves that it's going to be running, apart from maybe a poison type move, Ice Beam is probably the worst one to go for. But now they're going to come back in with the Galarian Stunfisk. We might even live a Muddy Water here. Muddy Water actually doesn't quite take us out, but we don't make it to another charge move. And now Nidorina is not going to have a great time here, but they will just fire off another Muddy Water. So probably single moved. We can now overfarm, go for a dig. This will be enough damage to take them out. We have to go for dig as well, because a Poison Fang is going to be triple resisted, but they did shield that up. They're going to go for yet another Muddy Water. We're just going to fire off a dig straight away, and now there aren't too many Pokemon that we can beat at such low health, but one of them is going to be an Absol, because Absol is absolutely glassy. It will not be able to tank a single dig from a Shadow Nidorina, and we're able to take that game. So that's gonna be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.